Far beyond the asteroid belt, a giant planet graces our solar system. This is Saturn, the sixth planet from the Sun. Adorned with magnificent rings, Saturn is a sight to behold. It is truly a jewel of the cosmos. Saturn is a gas giant, like its neighbor Jupiter. However, it is much smaller than Jupiter. In fact, you could fit 760 Earths inside Saturn. But despite its size, Saturn is incredibly light. If you could find a bathtub big enough, Saturn would actually float in water. This is because it is mostly made up of hydrogen and helium, the lightest elements in the universe. From Earth we can see Saturn with the naked eye. It appears as a bright star. But even a simple telescope will reveal its stunning rings. These rings are what makes Saturn so unique and captivating. Saturn is a world of gas and swirling storms. Unlike Earth, it doesn't have a solid surface. Instead, it is a giant ball of mostly hydrogen and helium gas. Deep inside, there might be a small rocky core. Saturn's atmosphere is a turbulent place. Winds rage at incredible speeds, much faster than any hurricane on Earth. These winds create storms that can last for months or even years. One of the most striking features of Saturn's atmosphere is a giant hexagonal storm at its north pole. This hexagon is larger than Earth itself. Scientists are still trying to understand how such a strange and stable storm can exist. The colors of Saturn's atmosphere are subtle but beautiful. Bands of pale yellow, gold, and brown are created by different layers of clouds. These clouds are made up of ammonia ice, water ice, and other trace elements. No discussion of Saturn would be complete without mentioning its iconic rings. These rings are one of the most recognizable features in our entire solar system. These rings are not solid objects, but rather a vast collection of ice and rock particles. They stretch out over 175,000 miles from the planet, yet are incredibly thin. The particles range in size from tiny grains of dust to chunks bigger than houses. This diversity in size creates a complex and dynamic system. They orbit Saturn in a thin disk, creating the illusion of solid rings. This thin disk is composed of countless individual particles, all moving in harmony. Saturn's rings are incredibly thin, only a few hundred feet thick in places. Despite their vast horizontal spread, their vertical thickness is minuscule. If you could shrink Saturn down to the size of a basketball, its rings would be as thin as a sheet of paper. This comparison helps us grasp just how thin these rings really are. There are actually several main rings, separated by gaps. These gaps are not random but are influenced by various factors. These gaps are created by the gravitational influence of Saturn's moons. The moons act like shepherds, guiding and shaping the rings. The rings are constantly changing, with particles colliding and clumping together. This dynamic nature means the rings are never static. The origin of Saturn's rings is still a mystery. Scientists have proposed several theories to explain their formation. Some scientists believe they formed from a shattered moon. This theory suggests a moon was torn apart by Saturn's gravity. Others think they are leftover material from Saturn's formation. This theory posits that the rings are remnants from the early solar system. Whatever their origin, the rings are a breathtaking sight. They continue to captivate scientists and stargazers alike, reminding us of the beauty and complexity of our solar system. Saturn is home to a vast family of moons, each one a fascinating world in its own right. Over 80 moons have been discovered orbiting the ring giant, each contributing to the complex and dynamic system that surrounds Saturn. Each moon is a unique world with its own story to tell, from the icy surfaces to the mysterious atmospheres that cloak some of these celestial bodies. One of the most intriguing moons is Titan, a world that has captivated scientists and astronomers for decades. Titan is larger than the planet Mercury and has a dense atmosphere, which is rare for a moon. This thick atmosphere is primarily composed of nitrogen, with traces of methane and other complex hydrocarbons. It is the only moon in our solar system known to have stable bodies of liquid on its surface, making it a unique and compelling object of study. However, these lakes and seas are not filled with water but with liquid methane and ethane, creating an alien landscape that is both familiar and strange. Titan is a world that could potentially harbor some form of life, though it would be very different from life on Earth. The extreme cold and the chemical composition of its lakes suggest that any life forms would have to be incredibly resilient and unlike anything we have encountered. Another fascinating moon is Enceladus, a small but incredibly active world that has surprised scientists with its dynamic nature. This small, icy moon is incredibly active, with a surface that is constantly being reshaped by geological processes. Geysers erupt from its south polar region, spewing plumes of water vapor and organic molecules into space, creating a spectacular display that can be seen from space. These eruptions suggest that Enceladus harbors a vast ocean of liquid water beneath its icy crust, an ocean that could be teeming with microbial life. This ocean could potentially be habitable, making Enceladus a prime target in the search for extraterrestrial life. The presence of water, organic molecules, and energy sources makes it one of the most promising places to look for life beyond Earth. For over a decade, the Cassini spacecraft orbited Saturn, tirelessly circling the gas giant and delving into its mysteries. It was our robotic emissary to the ringed giant, sending back a treasure trove of data and stunning images that captivated scientists and the public alike. Cassini arrived at Saturn in 2004 and spent the next 13 years exploring the planet, its intricate rings, and its diverse moons, each with its own unique characteristics. It made groundbreaking discoveries such as revealing the hidden ocean beneath the icy crust of Enceladus and the vast methane lakes on Titan, which could potentially harbor life. The spacecraft also studied Saturn's atmosphere in detail, tracking massive storms that raged across the planet and analyzing its complex chemical composition. It even flew through the narrow gap between Saturn and its rings, providing unprecedented close-up views of both and offering insights into their formation and structure. In 2017, Cassini's mission came to a dramatic end with a planned plunge into Saturn's atmosphere, a maneuver known as the Grand Finale. This Grand Finale ensured that the spacecraft wouldn't contaminate any of Saturn's potentially habitable moons, such as Enceladus and Titan, preserving them for future exploration. Cassini's legacy continues to inspire scientists and dreamers alike, serving as a testament to human curiosity and ingenuity. Its data will be studied for decades to come, unlocking even more secrets of the Saturnian system and potentially rewriting our understanding of the solar system. Section 6. A world of extremes and surprises. Saturn is a world of extremes and surprises. Its day is incredibly short, lasting only about 10.7 hours. This means that Saturn rotates incredibly fast, which contributes to its flattened shape. However, Saturn's year is much longer than ours. It takes almost 30 Earth years for Saturn to complete one orbit around the Sun. Despite its massive size, Saturn is incredibly light. In fact, it is the least dense planet in our solar system. If you could find a bathtub big enough, Saturn would actually float in water. Saturn also has a very strong magnetic field. This magnetic field is generated by the planet's rapid rotation and its liquid metallic hydrogen core. This magnetic field traps charged particles from the Sun, creating spectacular auroras that light up Saturn's poles. These auroras are similar to the northern lights on Earth, but on a much grander scale. Section 7. The Dance of Light and Magnetism. Saturn's magnetic field is a powerful force. It extends far out into space, forming a giant bubble around the planet called the magnetosphere. This magnetic field interacts with the charged particles from the Sun, creating a dazzling display of light and energy. The most dramatic manifestation of this interaction is the auroras. Saturn's auroras are generated when charged particles from the Sun collide with atoms and molecules in the planet's upper atmosphere. These collisions excite the atoms, causing them to emit light. The colors of the auroras depend on the type of atoms being excited. Green auroras are produced by oxygen, while red auroras are produced by nitrogen. Saturn's auroras are not only beautiful, but they also provide scientists with valuable information about the planet's magnetic field and its interaction with the solar wind. Section 8. The Future of Saturn Exploration. Saturn continues to fascinate scientists, and there are many plans for future exploration. One mission, called Dragonfly, aims to send a drone-like spacecraft to Titan. Dragonfly will fly through Titan's dense atmosphere, exploring its lakes, rivers, and dunes. It will search for signs of life and study Titan's complex chemistry. Another mission concept, called Enceladus Life Finder, would search for evidence of life in the plumes of Enceladus's geysers. By analyzing the molecules in these plumes, scientists hope to determine if life exists in the Moon's hidden ocean. These future missions will continue to unlock the secrets of the Saturnian system. They will help us to understand the formation and evolution of gas giants, the potential for life beyond Earth, and the wonders of our universe. Section 9. Keep looking up. From its majestic rings to its mysterious moons, Saturn is a planet that inspires awe and wonder. It reminds us of the vastness and beauty of our universe. Every new discovery about Saturn raises more questions than it answers. It fuels our curiosity and pushes us to explore further. So the next time you look up at the night sky and see a bright star, remember that it could be Saturn, the ringed giant, beckoning us to explore the unknown. Keep looking up, keep asking questions, and never stop exploring. If you enjoyed this journey through Saturn, please like, share, comment, and push the notification button. Don't forget to subscribe to Lexopedia for more amazing content.